Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Andrew, and today we are going to be working on learning some Django. I figured I'd start with something easy like a blog and move on to something more complex like maybe an e-commerce site. But right now, we're going to be worried about getting not Bootstrap, but Django set up. We will deal with Bootstrap later, but we're going to set up Django. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have Python installed. Hopefully you already have Python installed because Django is Python. And so what I'm going to do here is get into the right folder. I'm going to cd into YouTube examples. And what I'm going to do here is, so if you don't have the virtual environment set up, go ahead and do pip install virtual env. But I already have that downloaded, so what I'm going to do is make a new virtual env environment. So I'm going to say virtual env vim, and it's going to go ahead and set that up for me. It's going to install pip and do all sorts of stuff. And while that's happening, I'm going to check my text messages. Okay, so now that's all set up. What you have to do is go and type vim backslash scripts with a capital S / activate. And now we're activated. You can notice that it says Vim right here. That means we're all set up. So now I'm going to say pip install Django. That's going to give us the latest installation, which is 1.11.7. Okay, now that that's installed, let's start our first Django project. So I'm going to say Django admin start project, all one word on start project, and we're going to call this example blog. Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and say cd example blog, and we're going to say python manage.py, and what I want to do first is migrate, and that's going to go ahead and make some migrations that are necessary for the admin to work. And I'm going to go ahead and say python manage.py create super user, and it's going to ask for some things like a username. I'm going to say admin. I'm going to give my my email, password, and super user created successfully. That lets me log into the admin panel. So I'm going to go ahead and say python manage.py run server, and I'm going to pull up 127.0.0.1 port 8000, and it says it worked. So Django is working now, so that's good. So now I've got my text editor Atom here under YouTube examples. I've got blog templates that I made earlier, and I've got example blog, which is what I just created. In here you'll see manage.py, which we were using earlier to do stuff with, and we've got URLs. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set up a Django app. It's going to be called blog. So I'm going to say python manage.py start app blog. And that went ahead and created a folder here for us called blog. And the next thing I need to do is have it set up to where the URLs points includes the blog. So I'm going to say URL regular expression. That that's it. Blog dot URLs and big comma base equals blog. Add a trailing comma here. Save that, and then now we have to create blog, a new file, and it's called urls.py. And I'm gonna say from django.conf.urls import URL. Some URL patterns here, and say URL regular expression start indicated by the caret dot, and that is so now I'm going to say blog home dot as view. I'm going to say equals home. Here, save that, but see, we're referencing a view that doesn't exist yet, so we're going to go to views, and I'm going to use class-based views. I know a lot of people start out using function-based views, but I don't like function-based views that much, so that's why class-based views. So I'm going to say from Django.views.generic view. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this here. And I'm going to say class home blog home, and that takes view. And I'm going to say def get self request, and that is going to return render request blog slash .html, and that's all it's going to do right now. And so we're referencing this template here, but this template doesn't exist, so we're going to go ahead and create some templates. So I'm going to say new folder, and I'm going to say template slash blog, and inside of this templates folder, make a new file called home.html, and now it's just going to have an h1 tag, and it's going to say hello world. And so now that that's all set up, let's try it out. So we're going to go back to our command prompt, and we're going to say python manage.py server. Uh-oh, I forgot to include. So I'm going to go back to here and import include. Save that. Blog home is not defined, so I'm got to go to views, and then I got to import blog home. So from dot import blog home. Oh no, I'm in the wrong page here. Excuse me. X S. Got to go back to URLs here. That's where I save that. Okay, so now we should be all set up. So let me get a tab here. Homepage shouldn't work. Oh, the homepage should work. One thing I did forget to do last thing I forgot to do, hopefully. Settings.py for our installed apps. Say blog. Add that comma again. And let's try again. And there we go. Hello world. So let's stop there and pick it up later.